Good morning, everybody. It is the Soap Chef. I'm back from vacation. We got back, I think, Saturday night, the 12th. So I am in the lab right now. I'm going to turn the camera around. I thought I would do a tour of my new lab here at my house. Keep in mind, I am going from a from a 6-room facility down into an 11 by 18 one room, my entire business. So it is packed to the gills, but I think that I have arranged everything in such a way. I mean, to me, there's plenty of room in here to walk around and to work. But as far as like all of my ingredients, it's packed to the hilt. Equipment wise, I don't have all of my equipment in here. It just wouldn't fit. So I have some things that are downstairs. All of my containers and packaging are in an entirely different room. So once I'm done giving you guys the tour of this room, I'll take you over to the packaging room. I also have my refrigerator in that other room that stores all of my oils and things like that. So without further ado, you guys, let's take a tour of the new creation station here at my home lab. Okay, so I'm actually standing in the doorway to the new lab. So when I first walk in, this is the view that I see. So I just have a couple of my displays here with some extra herbs in them. Obviously, you can see I have like a whole bunch of cornstarch down in there, but a bunch of extra herbs that I don't have in mason jars, and all of those herbs that are in mason jars, those are all downstairs, kept in the basement where it's dark and cold, just like all my essential oils. But this is the view when I first walk in the door to the new creation station, and this is what used to be our family room. But we haven't used it as a family room since my husband's children were very little. So it's been a long time. We did use it when my grandbaby, when she was little, up until about maybe, I would say, 6 years old. We did use the room for her playroom. But now it's my lab. So all right, let's just take you in. I have a rack over here. I have several racks over here, just miscellaneous things and things that I couldn't fit anywhere else. Like I've got my salts and sugars over here and some extra powders and so forth, some of my melt and pour soap. But I do keep my waxes here. So I've got all of my waxes right here. Again, this is just another display rack that I just have some miscellaneous herbs that just wouldn't fit anywhere else. Over here, this is where I just hang all of my aprons, and these are all of my colorants. Mostly lakes and dyes. This is where I keep all my gloves, my masks, my hair coverings, my arm coverings, some additional colorants there on the bottom, some kinetic sand for when I want to get an impression of one of my molds for photography purposes, and then more colorants here. These are all lakes. And then over here I've got my infusion equipment, basically. Not that's just my burner with my pot, but I've got my two tea makers. They make herbal infused teas, both of these. This smaller one, I really just use that to heat up hot water when I need it here. And then the other one has all different kinds of settings to infuse and make herbal teas and so forth. This is my yogurt maker that I use to infuse all of my oils. And then I've just got some miscellaneous blenders down here, and choppers and grinders, my hand mixer, and then a whole bunch of stick blenders that I kind of really don't use any of those anymore. So let's continue on. We're going to go from left to right, I guess. Here's all of my powdered surfactants in large quantity: SCI, SCS, and my SLSA. I have these in big, huge food bins here. Again, up there, it's just miscellaneous things that I just tossed them up there because there really kind of wasn't any other place to put them. I have a floor fan, which is a high velocity because it is warm here and we don't have air conditioning here in this room. But between this fan and then I've got a ceiling fan, it's actually quite cool in here. All right, so this is just my miscellaneous drawers where I keep my utensils. I'm not going to pull them all out. They're just utensils. Here's some bath bomb making supplies in the big containers. My baking soda, citric acid. Over here I've got all of the jojoba beads, and these are all of my clays. I've got clays, clays, clays for days. Sorry about the fan. It probably makes my voice a little bit muffled. That's just the door to the bathroom. I don't need to open and show you that, but there is a bathroom here inside of the new lab. So this is my surfactants. These are powdered surfactants up on the top. And then we get down into the liquid surfactants. And then we'll start over here on the bottom, I guess. We've just got a bunch more miscellaneous things, some salts, different Cullinox salts, Epsom salt, dendritic salt, my pink Himalayan salt. I've got some black salts. Over here are just some different interesting ingredients that I would use more for like cleaning products. Some of these are used for, to make soap tabs and so forth. Here's a bunch of powders like oatmeal and rice flour, buttermilk powders, honey powders. Moving up to this shelf, we've got just some of the acidic powders like lemon, lime, apple cider vinegar. These are the glycerites that I make myself. This is what I have so far. On the top here, I have the extracts that I have made myself. Well, except for the white grape extract. I don't make that one, but all the ones in these small little bottles, these are all my extracts that I make and sell, by the way, on my Etsy shop. Over here we've got some lip gloss making ingredients like your polyisobutene, lots of different fragrance fixatives here. Some deodorant ingredients, some penetration enhancers, my panthenols, different things for hair, cetrimonium chloride, propyltrimonium, aloe powder, collagen. We've got some camphor and menthol crystals, my magnesium flakes, MSM. I've got my acetyl glucosamine there as well. These are all of my alcohols. These are my deionized water, my distilled water, and witch hazel. Over here I've got moisturizers, both liquid and powder form. We've got more humectants over here. Some esters and emollients on this shelf. More emollients and esters. Again, same thing, we've got some emollients and esters up on the top shelf here, penetration enhancers. Moving over to this shelf, we've got all of our solubilizers here. My pH meters there. So here we've got our chelating agents, our preservatives, hyaluronic acids are all over here. All different kinds of exfoliants, both chemical and physical over here. pH adjusters, some more of the, those are the strips to test your pH. I've got my citric acid solution there, my TEA, just different chelating agents and pH regulators and adjusters. All different kinds of vitamins down here. Gosh, I've got A, B, oh gosh, C, all different kinds of vitamins. Folic acids over here, some ascorbyl, sodium ascorbyl phosphates, ferulic acid, things like that. You guys can see, you get the picture. And then the bottom, same thing, just some miscellaneous things, skin whiteners, copper peptides, some caffeine, DMAA, lantoin, BHT, those type of things. Coming over here, we've got some powders that for non-clumping situations. And we've got our polyquats are over here. We've got different sulfurs over here. zinc gluconate over there. These are our gelling agents, lots of gelling agents. Lots and lots of gelling agents. All right, over here we've got emulsifiers, thickeners, fatty alcohols. Yes, I write on all the packages because it's easier for me to just take a real quick glance, see what it does, see what goes with it, and then grab what I need. And all of these are all emulsifiers. And then we've got on this shelf, we're starting to get into some fatty alcohols and thickeners and conditioners. Yes, there is a rug in here, and the rug is in excellent shape. It's old, it's probably over 20 years old, but it's in excellent shape. I was going to take it out because we do have hardwood underneath on the floor, but decided to just keep it. I'm a very, very neat creator. I don't foresee myself spilling anything really. All right, so over here we've just got my little chair for me to sit in. This is basically just for soap making, really. Everything all along this wall is for soap making. I've got all my molds, all of my containers, bowls, steamers, more molds. It's basically all just for soap making, everything over here. And then we come over to Creation Station. And there she is, my 8-foot stainless table. Got all my lights up here. It's very bright in here. I like the lighting in here a lot. And then so then from this angle, we would just look towards where we came in to Creation Station. All right, I think that's going to do it for this room. I don't think I really missed anything. These are just different utensils, cups, things like that. Some molds that I have to list up on the website yet. These are the cleansing bars that I made for the men. They're still sitting here. Very hard, very nice. I gotta get them out of this room. Anyhow, this is Creation Station, you guys. This is where all the magic is going to happen from now on. I've already worked in here multiple times already, and I love it. Again, it looks like a really small space, but there is plenty enough room for me to walk around, move around, grab whatever it is that I need. I'll do it from this angle too. And there you go. All right, let me pause while we walk into the packaging room. Okay, and here is the doorway to go into what I call the packaging room. I just have a bunch of random things underneath this desk, but this is where I would be shrink wrapping different products. And I've got my butcher paper and my saran wrap, you know, my sticky film. But yeah, this is the packaging room. It is a little on the dark side in here, so apologize for that. Over here, eventually, once I get it out from over at the other facility, this is where my computer is going to be. I do have my second monitor over there, but my computer and my printer will be going here. Microphone for, you know, if I feel like doing intros or outros or anything else while I'm sitting here at the desk. And it's just basically racks that I have in here, and I've put all of my packaging. I'm not going to go over everything, you know, that I have. You guys can see. Yes, I have a lot of pink things. My brand was pink, for those of you that did not know. I don't sell products anymore, but I do still have a lot of packaging, as you can see, and we'll see what happens with that, because I do my monthly giveaway. I still, you know, make the products and package them, and then I give products away. I also give products away to one women's shelter here, one Salvation Army residents here, and then I also send soap overseas for our servicemen. And then this is my cosmetics refrigerator. I have always had one since day one. That's a carpet that a very good friend of mine who had special needs, he loved to do rug work, you know, the hook rugs, and he made that specifically for me. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He's passed now many, many years ago. But anyways, this is my refrigerator and freezer, strictly for cosmetics. I've always had one. For over 20 years, I've always had a refrigerator to keep my volatile ingredients. Not necessarily volatile, that's not the right word. But you know, my special, my special oils and butters. These aren't even my butters. I have an entirely different small little freezer that I keep my butters in. But this is basically all of my oils, and I've got some extracts in there as well. And that's it, you guys. That is the packaging room slash office. And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the short little tour of my new creation station lab here in my home, as well as my packaging room. By the way, as if you didn't notice, I did a thing. I cut all my hair off right before vacation. It was getting really long. I also colored it because I had lots of grays and they were getting all twisty and icky looking. I didn't like that, so I don't color my hair this first time. I don't even know, probably in 30 years. I wanted to just say thank you to everybody who supports me every day, whether it's here on the YouTube channel and especially over on my Patreon. Your support means everything. It helps me to continue bringing you content, bringing you formulas that you're requesting. And so if you're not already supporting me over there on Patreon, I invite you to go over there. I have well over 100 recipes uploaded at this point. I have a learning library. We have all different kinds of information. I do a monthly giveaway over there of the products that I make here on the channel. You can also get access to my blog over there. There's so many things to take advantage over there on Patreon, and so I invite you to go over there and welcome you if you do. Again, thank you so much for your support, your continued support, and we'll see you very soon in another video, okay? Be kind and stay humble. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.